Hi everyone. Today I wanted to do a deep dive on a common thread I've noticed across a number of comic book characters, particularly from the 60s and 70s. I noticed this while watching Spider-Man No Way Home, that the villains Dr. Octopus, Green Goblin, and the Lizard all were or wore green. Then it dawned on me that in comics there are so many villains that are or wear green. A ton of them also wear the color purple. So why do so many villains wear green and purple? Admit it, right now you're sitting there thinking through all of the villains that match that description. Well, let me help. I quickly wrote a list of villains that are primarily green, but also have purple or some are kind of orangish yellow in their costumes. Let's take a look at that list. We have Kang the Conqueror, who was shown in the MCU in the Loki series. Scorpion, Green Goblin, Mysterio, Annihilus, Lex Luthor, Batman's most hated villain, the Joker, the Vulture, the Riddler, Sauron, all of the Skrulls, Mole Man, the Lizard, Molecule Man, Electro, Doctor Doom, Brainiac, the Leader, who I think was supposed to be in The Incredible Hulk 2, obviously that movie never got made, Doc Ock, the Abomination from the comics, Loki, and my personal favorite, the original Catwoman costume. So why do so many villains wear these colors? Well, I did some digging online and found a few articles that I'll link down in the description of this video, but it comes down to a few different reasons. The first is due to the limitations of printing comics back in the 60s and 70s. Based on the paper and ink quality, it was much easier and more consistent to print bright colors rather than tones of gray. So they tried to use as many colors as possible. It was also important for these comics to have something that really stood out on the cover to make someone stop and grab them. In modern comic shops, you go in there and there's just a wall of new comics. So what's going to make a consumer go and gravitate toward a book? Consumers knew about the hero of the books. In fact, most comics are named after the hero. Spider-Man, Batman, Superman, etc. The enticing part of the cover was what new evildoer was causing issues in New York or Metropolis or Gotham. Since the majority of the big heroes are primary colors, with lots of blues or reds, sometimes both, the separation was important, and the consistent use of colors helped consumers understand quickly what they were looking at. But what do green and purple mean? Well, Shakespeare coined the phrase, green with envy. And green has gone on to mean greed and jealousy, so it is very fitting for a villain to wear that color. Purple, on the other hand, was known as the color of royalty back in the ancient world, mostly due because it was very expensive to make an ink or a dye that was a purple color, because purple is not very common in the natural world. You could see how a number of villains would see themselves in that light, that kind of royalty and above society. And purple is the perfect color to represent that. To represent their disconnection from the rest of the world, from the rest of the mere mortals. Even more interesting in my research, I came across this chart. What we're looking at here is color theory, the color spectrum mapped to a circle created by Isaac Newton back in 1665. Colors that look good together are known as harmonious, and a complementary harmony combines two colors on the opposite sides of the wheel. So look at yellow and violet, you have the greens and the purples, and you can see that these two colors together are very pleasing to the eye. Look around the chart and let me know if you don't agree. I think one of my favorite examples of this is the Hulk. Initially, the Hulk was intended to be gray, and he is in the first few comics. The Hulk was made to be green and purple after that due to two reasons. The first is it increased the quality of the comic. The inker couldn't handle all of those different shades of gray and get it to look good when it was printed. The gray always kind of ended up looking a bit more green. And two, the Hulk is green and purple because he isn't a true hero. He is violent and uncontrollable and angry. He did terrible and dangerous things at times. And this color scheme helped to show that the character couldn't necessarily be trusted like a lot of the other heroes. In fact, because of this, Stan Lee and other writers actually added in the fact that he turned more green in the first handful of comics because he had longer exposures to gamma rays, and the greener he was, the more violent and uncontrollable he was. Well, I hope you found this video interesting. Let me know what other green and purple villains I missed from my list. Obviously, I kind of ran out of space on this slide, but would love to hear who your favorites are.
Hey Sean, I hear we have a new giveaway.
Absolutely. Right now we are giving away toys from Vox Machina.
Wow.
The amazing D&D inspired Amazon Prime show. We are giving away 2 toys. The first is a Vax toy and the second is a Percy toy. And we will be giving them away once we hit 2,500 subscribers.
That is very cool. Now I know we've done giveaways before. Just to confirm, I can't win these, right?
You cannot win these.
All right.
But anyone that wants to win them, just make sure you subscribe to our channel and leave a comment on this or any of our videos and you'll be entered to win for free.
Good luck to you all.
That's it from me. I'm Sean from Splashpage. Have a good day, everyone. Take it easy, YouTube.